Hey, Shalom. This is I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to all you brothers out there doing the work of sincerity and truth, striving for the hopeful elect during all afflictions and seeking out your salvation with fear and trembling. All right, I want to bring out Matthew 18:8. It says, "Wherefore, if thy hand or thy foot offend thee, cut them off and cast them from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life halt or maimed, rather than having 2 hands or 2 feet to be cast into everlasting fire. And if thine eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life without or with 1 eye, rather than having 2 eyes to be cast into hell fire." All right, so this is basically a figure of speech. It's not literal, meaning to go and cut your hand off or, you know, self-mutilate yourself because of you know, you struggling in the flesh. All right, you have to basically go through pray, fast, gain self-control, discipline. All right, stop feeding the flesh so much and feeding the spirit more by, you know, as I stated, praying and fasting, reading, you know, staying in tune with the spirit. Okay, meditating upon the scriptures, thinking upon the scriptures. That's what's going to help keep you out of that hell fire. You know, keeping your eyes single. Okay, because the body, the flesh, our mind is the heart is wicked above all things. Who can know it? Okay, so you have to practice godliness, right? Let me bring that one out. Let's see, godliness. Oh, hang on, Salaki, give me 1 second. All right, let's see. This is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7. It says, "But refuse profane and old wives' fables, and exercise thyself rather unto godliness. For bodily exercise profiteth little, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that now is and of that which is to come," because that's what you're going to avoid, meeting that hellfire, that thermonuclear destruction that's coming. Okay, you don't want to go through that. None of us do. But there's going to be a group of individual people, the 2/3 and heathens, that are going to be put and go through that. So the elect are the ones that are going to utilize these scriptures and utilize that instruction that was given in Matthew chapter 18 by cutting off the flesh. Okay, and living in the spirit, maintaining the spirit, you know. And they're going to be exercising in godliness. Godliness is what? Reading, you know, doing things according to the scriptures, having a godly sorrow, a godly repentance, a godly sorrow. Okay. So from there, let me go to the book of Galatians, it's chapter 5, I believe. Let's see. Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. "This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh," because they're contrary towards one another. There's a battle. That's why Paul mentioned that in Romans 7, that he finds a war in his mind or he finds a war in his a law in his flesh that's warring against the law of his mind. Okay, because they're contrary. It's a constant battle. You got to fight against these things. You got to fight against the thoughts, what your brain generates on a daily. That's daily, man. That's 24/7. That the brain generates. Your cognitive generates evil thoughts. Okay, you could be, you know, sober-minded daily, or you know, you wake up feeling good and you have nothing but good intentions and good thoughts, feeling at peace, you know, meditating on scriptures. You just feel good, but then out of nowhere you're just doing something, maybe cooking, or you know, you're taking a shower, or you're getting dressed, putting your shoes on, and then boom, a thought just pops in your head. And you stop and you realize that thought just crept in your head, or you know, generated in your head, and you're like, man, why did I just think that? Why is it trying to get me to go off? Why is it trying to get me to be lazy or lay back down or do something stupid? That's what I'm talking about. It said, and then you have to cast that out. It says, and these are contrary to one to the other, so that you cannot do the things that you would. That's why Paul said what he said in Romans 7. It says, but if you be led of the Spirit, you are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulation, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, because these are all manifestations of being in the flesh. It says envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. See, you're not going to go in there. You're going to meet that hell's fire. That's why the Lord said it's better to go maimed, you know, than it's better to go maimed into the kingdom of heaven than having both hands and both eyes going into hell's fire. Okay, it says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such things there is no law. See, and that's what we're striving for, is to be at peace, to have joy, and you know, in this walk, in this occupation of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because the world is full of evil, full of negativity, and ready to bring everybody, you know, bring you down. You know, it's all about just being disciplined and overcoming these situations that we are going through, that we go through, that we're faced with, and just keep moving forward. You know, with the positive mind frame, you know, being optimistic, you know, and telling yourself, hey, you know what, everything's gonna be all right. I just gotta keep moving forward, keep doing what I've been doing, and don't dwell on it so much. Don't let it consume you. Okay? It says in verse 23, meekness and temperance, against such there is no law. And they that are Yahweh Shai Mashiachs had crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. See? Because those affections and lusts is what's going to get us destroyed, man. By what being in the flesh. Basically, we're being in the world, because we're succumbing to our own selves, our own desires. So you may not necessarily be out in the world doing the things of the world, like, you know what I'm saying, like partying and, you know, doing all the holidays, and you're engulfed in your family's stuff, like doing the holiday stuff. You're out there just spending all types of money, you know, buying all types of material. You know, you're going on vacations all the time. You know what I'm saying, like that type of world. You're going to concerts. You're going to, you know, everything that the world offers in that sense. You may not do none of that. You may just be a homebody and just chilling and just work, but you're still in the world, because you're fulfilling the lust of your flesh, in the sense that you're being lazy. You're just watching TV, watching your favorite TV shows, or you're just watching porn all day. You're watching females shake their ass all day, or you may just be fucking bitches all day. You know, bringing females over. You're not being preoccupied in the scriptures. You're just doing those things. That's you being in the world still. You know, eating. You know, excessively, just eating. You know, and being insatiable in those things. That's you being in the world still. Because you succumbing, if you succumbing to your flesh is being in the world. Okay. It says, in verse 25, if we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another. Okay? So, from there, let me go to the book. I should have brought that one out last, but it's all good. It's Colossians 3:1. It says, if ye then be risen with Yahushua Mashiach, seek those things which are above, where Yahushua sitteth on the right hand of the Most High. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. See, because, you know, even your body, because we know that the body, the mind frame, the brain is earthly. For you are dead, and your life is hid in Yahushua Mashiach, in His power. When Yahushua Mashiach, who is our life, shall appear, then shall you also appear with Him in glory. Okay? Because Yahushua is our life. He is our energy source. And He's the one that is giving us the ability to maintain ourselves in this negative world, in this wicked world of gross darkness. Okay? Giving us the ability to walk. Giving us the ability to keep rising up again. Seeking Him, maintaining the tools that He has given us. As I stated, you know, praying, fasting, you know, thinking upon Him, thinking upon His name. It says, when Yahushua HaMashiach, who is our life, shall appear, then shall you also appear with Him in glory. That's right. We want to appear with Him in glory. Because even though we on this earth, we're getting jacked up as far as, like, you know, some brothers may be overweight, some brothers may be, you know, skinny, or, you know, you may be going bald or something. You have some type of ailment that's going on in our body, you know, in the flesh. You know, getting older. But when the Lord catches us up, the elect, we're going to be transformed, man. We're going to be in our heavenly, you know, that glorious body, that upgraded body. It's not going to have the ability to sin anymore. It's going to be under the law. Everything's going to be in its proper order and working in its proper order. Okay? It says, mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concubines, and covetousness, which is idolatry. So it says mortify, right? You go into that word, it has different meanings, but one meaning says to gain control, right? To control or discipline, or to cut off. Okay? So all those that I just mentioned is what you are to utilize in dealing with these things. You got to get rid of them. You have to gain control of the flesh. You got to gain control of your right, your left hand, your right foot, left foot, your right eye, left eye. You got to gain control of your brain, your right, left hemisphere of your brain. Okay? And you got to know, as soon as those thoughts creep in, you have to rebuke them, get them out. Okay? But if you keep lingering or dwelling with that thought, it's just going to grow and grow and grow until what happens? Sin is conceived, and what is the wages of sin? Equals death. Okay? So it says in verse 6, for which things sake the wrath of the Most High cometh on the children of disobedience. Okay? So that's what we want to avoid. This is why I'm making the video, You know, it's better to go into the kingdom maimed or missing one eye, okay? Or missing an arm, you know, missing something, a foot, versus just being cast in the fire, being whole body, you know, being whole, but yet you're full of, you know, you were undisciplined, you know, full of wickedness. It says in verse 7, "In the which you also walked some time when you lived in them." So we all lived in that at one point, you know, but we had to abstain from evil. We have to abstain from that walk of life. We have to abstain from darkness, okay, and become the children of light, meaning the children of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, you know, putting the scriptures on, you know, putting on your beautiful garment, which is the spirit of the, you know, of the word. It says, "But now you also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth." And that filthy communication out of your mouth is a different doctrine, speaking different doctrine, perverseness, okay? That's not according to the doctrine of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You have to put that out, okay? Regain control of yourself. Don't let the flesh run rampant, or demons or spirits or whatever the case may be. Just run rampant in your mind and just start bugging you out with all these different excuses and thoughts and well, can it be this or was that? And you're not even trying to get to the goal of getting out of that. Just get out of that, the mind frame, gain control of yourself, breathe, and start doing what you're supposed to do. Exercising in godliness, repentance, praying, fast. Okay, read. It says, "Lie not one to another, see that you have put off the old man with his deeds, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him." Right, meaning you're walking in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai because you're renewed in the mind, meaning that you're having the thought process of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai put in you. Like King David said, that he was a man after the Lord's own heart. So he wanted to know the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. He wanted to move and walk in that, live that, please Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And that's what we're supposed to strive for, pleasing Yahweh Shai. It says, "Wherefore, or where there is neither Greek nor Jew nor circumcision nor uncircumcision, barbarian, Scythian, bond or free, but Yahweh Shai is all and in all. Put on therefore as the elect of the Most High, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering, forbearing one another and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any," right? "Even as Yahweh Hamashiach forgave you, so also do ye." And also you have to forgive yourself, okay? You have to forgive yourself. We have to forgive ourselves in order to move forward, man. We ask Yahweh Shai, we confess, we ask Yahweh Shai for that forgiveness, to pardon our sins, to help, you know, we plead with him, we implore, you know, our case towards him. So, and then at the same time, we have to forgive ourselves. We have to move forward, rebuke ourselves. We have to fast. As I keep saying, praying and fasting, because that's what's going to get us back in line with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Lord willing. All right. It says, "And let the peace of the Most High rule in your hearts, your mind, to the which also you are called in one body, and be ye thankful." We have to be thankful, man. You know, receiving that joy. You know, when King David asked Yahweh Shai and Psalms, see, Psalms 51. Let's see where it is. Psalms 51. Yeah, Psalms 51 and 12. It says, "Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit." So he's saying the same thing. You know, be thankful, right? And but we have to. We have to be restored with that joy of His salvation. And having that confidence, that spirit put back in our mind. Like it said here, Colossians 3:15. And let the peace of the Most High rule in your hearts, to the which also you are called in one body, and be ye thankful. But through all this process, that's what we're asking, that we be restored with joy. Because in Galatians chapter 5, that's what it's saying. Walking in the Spirit is joy. Walking in the Spirit are these joy, and that's what I'm seeking, man. I want to get back that joy. I don't want to feel bitter. I don't want to feel angry all the time. Mad, even though the scriptures say, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, but not to where it's making me feel like it's unhealthy. It's an unhealthy anger. It's an unhealthy bitterness. You see? So, I think that might be it. Yeah, that's it. And it's all just being disciplined, man. Having just being disciplined and maintaining yourself in the truth. And Lord willing, you'll become. We won't be perfect here, but once the elect is caught up, that's when it's going to be for sure sealed. But we have to strive for perfection. To the best of our ability, exercising our weaknesses, and strengthen those areas. And what we have strong, of course, we keep working at it. We want to focus on the weaknesses and cut off whatever it is that's causing cut off whatever is hindering you and causing weakness, okay, or doubt. Whatever the case may be, that's negative on the left-hand side. So with that, I want to say shalom.